12 News at 10 starts now.
And we begin tonight with breaking news. Right now, Bell Road near the Loop 101 is shut down in both directions after a deadly crash in the West Valley. Police tell us a woman is dead. A man is in the hospital in critical condition. We're also told 3 children and another woman were taken to the hospital, but all are expected to be okay. No word yet from Glendale police on what led to this crash. Thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10 o'clock on your Friday night. I'm Sean Rice. Tonight, Scottsdale police are kicking off the East Valley Holiday DUI Task Force, running every weekend through the rest of the year. The goal is simple: get impaired drivers off the road before they hurt someone. 12 News journalist Maria Staub joins us in Scottsdale, where law enforcement agencies are patrolling tonight. Hey there, Maria.
Hey, Sean, that is right. Police are expecting a busy night here in Scottsdale, especially in Old Town, where Black Friday shoppers have been filling the streets and the bars this holiday weekend.
We're just here for the nightlife, just trying to find some nice places to eat and watch the ASU game.
Among those options, dozens of restaurants and bars.
I heard there were some local breweries.
These out-of-towners created a plan to safely get home after drinking.
I'm the DD for the night, so if the ladies want to drink, they can drink all they want and they'll have a safe ride home.
My cousin lives here, so she was actually the one that drove us today.
But Scottsdale police says that's not always the case this time of year.
So we see a lot more people driving impaired.
Just last year, there were 263 DUI arrests over Thanksgiving weekend across the state. That's about 90 a day.
Lots of family gatherings, friend gatherings, parties, Christmas parties, holiday parties, so it's a big uptick in people drinking at these events.
So, through the end of the year, officers from across the East Valley will be out Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, plus New Year's Eve, conducting saturation patrols.
We put a bunch of cops in one area. It's to deter DUIs because of the presence and to make more traffic stops and have that big presence and arrest as many DUIs as we can.
Keeping both locals and tourists
I would not risk that ever in my life.
safe during the holidays.
Being safe ourselves can help others be safe as well.
Now, police say that DUIs are 100% preventable, so if you are drinking or using recreational marijuana, then be sure to have a designated driver or use a ride share. We're live in Scottsdale. Maria Stubbs, 12 News.
Very important reminders, Maria. Thanks so much. Well, new tonight, we've learned the man who set a Tesla Cybertruck on fire at a Mesa dealership earlier this year has pled guilty. Take a look at this video. We first showed it to you back in April. Police say Ian Moses caused an explosion at the Tesla service center near Southern and Sossaman by pouring gasoline on fire starter logs. He then placed them in and around those Teslas, causing them to be lit on fire. Last month, he agreed to plead guilty to several federal charges. He's set to be sentenced on January 13th. A popular pizza spot in Scottsdale is closed after a fire tore through the restaurant. Take a look at those flames. It happened at Gus's New York Pizza Lounge on Schumann Lane. Firefighters were able to stop the flames from spreading to nearby buildings. Thankfully, we're told everybody did make it out safely. Scottsdale Fire are still investigating the cause of this blaze. Well, today, the Citizens Clean Elections Commission voted to go to court to block the No Labels Party from rebranding itself as the Arizona Independent Party, made to represent growing number of independent voters here in Arizona. The Arizona Independence Party is led by former Phoenix Mayor Paul Johnson. Secretary of State Adrian Fontes previously signed off on the party's name change. A lawyer representing the party said they plan to fight this at every level. Well, 3 Arizona lawmakers are calling for the end to the Pentagon's investigation into Senator Mark Kelly. This has been quite the saga over the last week. Kelly and other Democrats have made a video calling on military members to defy illegal orders. This week, the Pentagon announced it was investigating Kelly for possible breaches of military law. President Donald Trump calling the video, quote, seditious. And today, Arizona Representatives Greg Stanton, Yasemin Ansari, and Adelita Grijalva wrote this letter to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. They say in part, quote, opening an investigation into Senator Kelly because he accurately reaffirmed the legal duty to follow lawful orders is inconsistent with the Constitution and incompatible with the department's tradition of nonpartisanship, end quote. And this Sunday, Senator Kelly will be a guest on Meet the Press with Kirsten Welker. There will also be interviews with Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as well. You can watch that interview right here on 12 News at 7 o'clock Sunday morning. Well, a Gilbert family saw a lack of training for how first responders communicate with and help people on the autism spectrum through crisis situations. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra shares how they're bridging that gap.
When two worlds collide, some things take on a different perspective.
We've lived both sides of that coin.
That's how the nonprofit Preston's Pursuit for Acceptance was born.
It's really built on a passion for both supporting the disability community as well as our first responders.
Chris and Autumn Timmons are a law enforcement family, and they have a 19-year-old son, Preston, who's on the autism spectrum. As a defensive tactics trainer, Chris noticed first responders aren't traditionally trained on how to identify someone with autism.
Our defensive tactics manuals and the way that we were teaching individuals was that's a sign of impairment or a sign of lethality, and it's something different when someone's neurodivergent.
And Chris says no standardized training for this existed until now.
I created the lesson plan. It was through lived experiences with our son. It was through knowledge of being a cop for 25 years.
That lesson plan is approved and certified both state and nationwide. Through Preston's Pursuit, the Timmons train police officers, firefighters, and paramedics how to communicate with people with autism and to help them through emergencies.
We're trying to understand our community, and in my opinion, that's what modern policing is.
Surprise Police Lieutenant Garrick Boxberger says both sworn and civilian members of his department just completed the training with hopes they can better serve their community.
It provided the tool set for the officers to de-escalate situations. I know that it can lead to less uses of force, building that trust with the community.
The Timmons' goal is to provide this training to every agency across the country.
I think one way that people could do is make sure that their communities have trained first responders on this training. And if they don't, they should ask for it.
Because their experience in both communities shows a positive interaction can have a lasting impact.
This is not only going to save careers, but it's going to save lives.
Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
Gabby, thank you. Turning now to our weather impact forecast. Meteorologist Chris Dunn is with us now. Chris, start of the holiday shopping season was today, and I don't think the weather deterred anybody. It was just gorgeous out there.
Yeah, what do the kids say nowadays? The chef's kiss?
Oh, chef's kiss.
Yeah,
yes.
Beautiful, beautiful weather. We'll have more days like today and more days like this in Prescott and more nights like this in Mesa, complete with palm trees too, and mostly clear skies. 63 degrees, heading back down into the 50s overnight with calm winds and moderate amount of humidity, 58%. So nothing that's going to create fog overnight like we had early in the week on Monday morning, Tuesday morning. A high pressure ridge, a weak ridge is in place, so that's keeping us kind of high and dry for now. There is a storm system looming up to the north that's going to graze part of Arizona, and that will give parts of the state some snow in the forecast. We'll check that out a little bit later in this half hour. Here are your Saturday numbers: 57 in Show Low, 53 in Flag, plenty of sun in Sedona, 61, 76 Gila Bend, and 74 in Phoenix. So what you can expect, mainly dry weather this weekend, mid-70s. What's changed from a forecast that we had earlier in the week, say back on Tuesday and Wednesday, we were looking at the possibility of a few showers in the valley. We've just completely taken out any mention of rain in the valley forecast, but I did mention some snow. We'll check that out, and your travel forecast in case you're headed back home. That's coming up in just a few. Sean?
All right, Chris, we'll talk with you then. Well, tonight is the start of the biggest Christmas celebration in Arizona. The Pratt Brothers Christmas at Rawhide is a magical sight to be seen with millions of dazzling lights and fun for the whole family. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly was there for tonight's opening.
It really does feel like you're walking through Disneyland right here in Arizona. And with this being the 10th anniversary, it's bigger and better than ever. What better way to get into the holiday spirit than to be surrounded by friends, family, and 7 million lights?
We love everything about it. The kids are having a blast. That's all we can ask for.
Everything family-oriented. The lights are beautiful.
Pratt Brothers Christmas at Rawhide transforms this western town into a wonderland. And for the opening, some dressed up for the occasion.
This is my gingerbread man. He's carrying me. I go all out, you know.
Cool. Yeah. People from all over the valley and beyond came out to enjoy.
I live in New York and I'm also visiting family, and this is magical.
And it blows you away. As soon as you walk in, it's like you're transported to the North Pole.
While the millions of lights are the biggest draw, perfect for photos, there's so much more. Food, live music, a stunt show.
We're gonna do the train, and I think we're gonna get some hot chocolate.
The hot chocolate and bar is a good topper.
Of course, there is one person all the kids wanted to see.
If we came all this way and the girls don't get to see Santa Claus, we're going to be in big trouble.
No need to worry about that.
Merry Christmas, buddy. How are you?
You just saw Santa. What did you ask him for?
I asked him for a Labubu, but it's all the rage right now.
The Labubu's on the rage right now.
Minnie Mouse.
And when you're setting up millions of lights, it takes a lot of time. Just take it from Sammy Pratt himself, who we spoke with just hours before doors opened. How much sleep have you gotten?
Absolutely zero. I got here yesterday at 11 a.m. and I'm still cranking right now. Like I said, when you're putting together the biggest Christmas celebration, you don't get sleep.
10 years ago, he and his brother Kyle all started this at their home, never imagining it would ever get this big.
I think little Sammy would have been shocked, but it means a lot, to have families come out of here. And, Kyle and I, at the end of the day, we want to inspire the next generations to dream big.
And seeing all the lights with your loved ones on a cool night, it's impossible to not get in the Christmas spirit.
And we're so happy to be here. Merry Christmas.
Now, if you weren't able to make it out tonight, don't worry. This will be going on all the way to December 28th, and you can find more information on our website, 12news.com. We're at Rawhide. Chase Golightly, 12 News. Looks like a lot of fun out there. Chase, thank you. Well, let's take you to some other holiday events opening all across the valley. Mary Main returned tonight to downtown Mesa with a tree lighting and, of course, a visit from Santa, everybody's favorite. There was also a brand new drone show featuring 100 drones designed actually by ASU students. It was really cool. The Winter Wonderland ice rink also opens for the season with skating, live music, food, trucks, and family-friendly fun through January 10th. And in the West Valley, Glendale Glitters is back as well. After tonight's tree lighting, the kickoff runs tomorrow from 5 to 10. We're told there's carolers, food vendors, shopping, and photos with Santa as well. After opening weekend, the lights will shine nightly through December 31st.